In the galleys of U.S. Navy amphibious ships, the work begins long before most sailors and Marines are awake. Behind the scenes, culinary specialists operate with military precision, ensuring every ingredient is prepped, stored, and ready, even as the ship moves through rough seas. Amid the harsh and limited life at sea, the ship's galley transforms into a warm and welcoming space as Thanksgiving approaches. The cooks, filled with spirit, prepare a special feast for sailors far from home. At the center of the serving table stands a golden roasted turkey. It is carefully plated and garnished with fresh green leaves, radiating a festive glow. Nearby, a harvest basket made from braided pastry holds an assortment of red apples, carrots, squash, and grapes, a symbol of gratitude for the bounty that sustains them even in the middle of the ocean. Every dish is arranged with care, bringing the comforting essence of the harvest season on board. Throughout the dining area, a strong sense of family fills the air. A sign reading, "Give thanks for family," stands tall, reminding everyone that on this ship, they are more than just crewmates. They are a family. In that moment, the cold metal space becomes something warmer, a home where gratitude is served with every dish. On a different day, the cooks prepare dinner rolls, not as part of a celebration, but as part of their daily duty to keep morale high among the crew. Amid the fast-paced rhythm and limited space of the galley, they still make time to bake soft, fragrant bread. Dough is carefully placed on trays and moved into proofing racks. In a warm, humid environment, each ball slowly rises, transforming into fluffy rolls ready for the oven. Once baked, the golden crust gives off the comforting aroma of butter and toasted flour, drifting down the narrow corridors of the ship. Behind these simple rolls lies a quiet act of care, an effort to bring comfort to life at sea. Aboard a constantly moving amphibious ship, cooks don't just serve main meals to hundreds of Marines and sailors. They also offer cakes, bread, and other small treats, as a reminder that even far from shore, there's always room for warmth and humanity. For the dinner menu, the cooks prepared Chicken Cacciatore. The process began by cooking a thick sauce in a large kettle, using ingredients like tomatoes, onions, peppers, and a variety of selected herbs. This sauce had to be simmered patiently, stirred continuously with a long-handled paddle to maintain its even texture and fully develop its flavor. Meanwhile, the chicken pieces were prepared separately. These pieces were first fried until the outside turned golden brown, sealing in the juices and keeping the meat tender inside. However, unlike the traditional method where fried chicken is transferred directly into the sauce to cook together, the kitchen here uses a slightly different technique. Instead of moving the fried chicken into the large pot of sauce, the cooks chose to ladle the thick sauce directly over the chicken that had already been arranged in metal trays. Using a large serving spoon, they scooped the hot sauce from the kettle and poured it carefully over the stack of fried chicken. This method allowed each piece to retain its crispy exterior while still being coated with the rich and aromatic sauce. This technique also helped with portion control and preserved the quality of the chicken when serving hundreds of sailors and crew members. The final result is a ship-style Chicken Cacciatore, crispy fried chicken generously covered with a thick, flavorful tomato sauce, making for a hearty and satisfying meal. Meals like Chicken Cacciatore are just a small part of the massive effort to ensure the entire crew stays well fed While at sea, every day, the cooks work with food supplies that were loaded onto the ship long before departure. All kitchen necessities, fresh meats, vegetables, fruits, and essential spices are stored in large quantities within the ship's refrigerated storage rooms and dry storage areas spread throughout the vessel. Food logistics management is taken very seriously. The galley crew must carefully calculate how much supply is needed for missions that can last weeks, even months. There is no room for error. If the supplies run out, the ship cannot simply return to port. That's why durable foods like pasta, rice, and canned goods form the backbone of their stock. However, to maintain the morale of the crew, fresh ingredients are also made available for as long as possible. Each meal served is not just about calories. It's about giving the crew a moment of warmth, comfort, and camaraderie amid the heavy demands of life at sea. The ship's galley never truly sleeps. Behind every steaming kettle, behind every tray of fried chicken draped in rich sauce, lies a system of hard work, meticulous planning, and unwavering dedication. All of it is done for a single purpose: to keep the crew strong, ready, and motivated to carry out their missions.